Hey guys, Happy New Year. Happy 2020. We are getting ready for the new Fantasy Critics, Dear Critics League, and I wanted to I figured I would put everything into one video here and go ahead and get it out to you guys. We're about to talk about the rules and all the settings for the league this year, and we're going to do the draft order right here, right now on this video, and I've got my names here in my cup, and I'm going to draw those out at the end of the video. But first, let's review the rules real quick. I've got the league options pulled up here on the website, and the total games we will be drafting on draft night is 6 games. That is different from last year. So we're going to have, last year we had 7 games overall that we drafted and 3 that we picked up throughout the year for a total of 10 games plus the 2 counter picks. This year, we're going to have 6 games that we draft at the draft and 6 that we pick up throughout the year for a total of 12 games in addition to the 2 counter picks. So 14, I guess, total. But 12 games will be on your roster as opposed to last year's 10. This is where I want you guys' feedback the most. It is in this balance. Do you want more drafted games, more games to pick up throughout the year? So I definitely... I bumped up the amount of games we are going to pick up throughout the year from 3 to 6. I thought that would be pretty good. And again, since we're adding 2 more people to the league, I didn't want to do too many games that we're going to do on draft day because it starts getting pretty thin when you start getting down to it. So I thought 6 and 6 was a pretty good balance. And again, we're still going to do... hold on. This isn't right. Something's not right on the thing. I got to reset this. I'm going to do this right now real quick. This isn't even right. What I just said, I don't have it set up the right way. We're doing it live. Let's see. The total number of games will be 12. Yes, and 6 at the draft. Save that. And now let's check that out. That's more like it. Sorry for the snafu. Okay. 6 to pick up, 6 to draft. 2 counter picks. Speaking of the counter pick, just to clarify a rule that didn't get really clarified last year, a counter pick is a game that you pick that is on someone else's roster that you think will do poorly. Last year, we went into it picking games that we thought may not release, so we'd get points for that. Turns out you get a 0 for that for your counter pick. You want to pick games that you think are going to come out in 2020, but will review poorly. And again, those picks, your counter picks are only the picks that your league mates have already selected. It's from that pool of games. So that's how the counter picks work. And then let's see here. The next up on the rules, the new rule this year is you can drop games. So I think I had tossed it out in the thread, but I think what we're going to do is I'm going to allow everyone to, basically I'm going to give you 1 mulligan per group. I'm going to allow you to drop 1 game that will not release, a game that has gotten delayed into 2021, and then 1 game that will release that you just don't want anymore. So you can drop a total of 2 games maximum for the entire year. 1 game that definitely will not release, and 1 game that will. And then as far as the eligibility for games rules, I left, I think, almost completely the same. We have a maximum eligibility level of 2, which we discussed in the thread. Again, if you've got gripes with that, let's hear it. We're not allowing yearly installs I think Call of Duty might actually be allowed, but things like Madden or FIFA aren't allowed. We're not allowing free-to-play games. We are allowing games that have been released internationally. So if a game is already out in Japan, hadn't released in the US, that's a free game. You can get that. No expansion packs. No DLCs. We're not doing that. That might have been changed from last year. I'm not sure because we did have Iceborne on there. I'm not sure how that was considered. Anyway, did I cover all my bases there as far as the rules? Counter picks, drops. Okay, let's do the draft order. I'm gonna, again, I've got 7 names here in this big old coffee mug. I'm gonna show them to the camera so it's all hopefully legit. You can see my hand here. I'm not looking. I'm going to pull out 1, and it is Jeff. Is it backwards? It's probably backwards. Oh, well. It's Jeff. You're number 1. I'm going to line these up so I can sort of keep them in order here. Okay, next up. Mixing. Number 2 pick after Jeff is Alex. Alex, you are number 2 right there. It was really the reflection. Can you see it there? Alex. All right. The 3rd pick of the draft is mix. I think I got one. Yes, I do. Amanda. Amanda, you're the 3rd pick of the draft. All right. Mix. Here we go. Got one here. It is me, Micah. Yours truly, right there. That's the 5th pick of the 2020 Dear Critics Fantasy League is Luke. You've got the 5th one, buddy. So that leaves Eddie and Marshall, I think. So let's see who the 6th pick is. And it is Marshall. You're right after your brother. So Marshall is 6th, which that means, Eddie, you are at the turn, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But that is our 2020 Dear Critics Fantasy League draft order. Jeff is 1st, 2nd is Alex, 3rd is Amanda, 4th is Micah, 5th is Luke, 6th is Marshall, and 7th is Eddie. That's the draft order. If you have any questions or feedback about the rules, again, let's hear it in the thread. We're gonna try to nail down a date, hopefully next week. Looking like maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday might be the day. So we'll be talking about that over the next couple of days. Hope this video finds you well. Happy New Year. Happy weekend. See you guys later.